Hi, today my review is on the Chicagoland series by Chloe Neill, and so far there's 3 books in this series. It's about, obviously from the title, vampires in Chicago, and the main character, Merritt, she's human initially and she's attacked on her school campus, and the only way to save her is for her to be turned into a vampire. So throughout the books then we get to see her struggle with what she's become. But in these books the world is aware of vampires and people kind of want to become a vampire, like they petition to be vampires, some people. So, overall they're accepted into society, and there's different kind of factions of vampires, and whoever turns Merritt, she belongs to his faction. So he's kind of like the leader, and he lives in a big house and everyone works for him. So throughout the books we get to see her in her new role in this vampire world. And Merritt is a good enough main character. You really get to see her struggle and her kind of her trying to cling to her human self. And to be honest, she does act vulnerable. She's not just this new, strong, scary monster. Usually I don't read books where the main character is a vampire. The minute I hear that, I just say no, I'm not reading it. I can't remember what made me read this one, but like Merritt, she's not completely invulnerable, which I like. Like, that's the reason I don't like when the main character is a vampire. I like my main character is human, and they can be put in danger and things like that. But I think the author lacks in this series that there's not enough dangerous moments, there's not enough tense action-filled scenes, and I think the author spends way too long explaining the politics of the vampire world and spends too long writing out Merritt in her new job. So I do think that's one of the weaknesses of the series. There is a good bunch of characters. It's been a while since I read them, but the guy who trains Merritt and the young shapeshifter, I like them. I think they're good characters. I don't like the main love interest, Ethan. He's hard to get or to empathise with. I don't like his whole proper and formal act, and he's quite harsh on Merritt at times, and stupid reasons for them not being together, and acting as if her being his mistress is an honour and things like that, and I just don't feel very passionate about them as a couple, to be honest. I think the author's writing can be quite amateurish at times, especially with Ethan. Like, for example, there can only be so many times an eyebrow can be arched, lifted or raised. I mean, there are other non-verbal reactions to write. So like every time I read that Ethan raises his eyebrow, I want to scream. So I hope the author kind of cuts that in the next book. So I don't completely recommend these books. The first 2 I would have described as good, but by the third one I reverted to okay. I mean, it's an okay enough series, but it's not complex enough or compelling enough to be considered great. So, the 3rd book really cemented this for me. I will probably read the 4th one, which I think is out around May. I'll find that out for you. But I won't be running out, excited to buy it, So, as I said, I mean, I don't want to wholly recommend these books because there are much better series out there. But if it sounds like something you like, I mean, if you like the whole vampire werewolf type of story, and you like, a main character being turned into a vampire, which kind of is in a lot of series, I mean, please read them. I mean, my friend absolutely loves them, so I mean, opinions differ, but I wouldn't love them, so I'm not going to recommend them as being great to you. So let me know your opinion on the series in the comments, and thanks very much for watching my review today.